to sustain drives against this RCC defense. They probably won't ever get this big play that they want, but they'll get them in chunks.
A play action, and Vaughn will keep it himself, and Allo is out to the first down marker. So 3 straight first downs. Riverside is on their heels here defensively.
Yeah, we're really not used to seeing that. I mean, typically we see that after they're up by 21 or so. These type of drives where they get 3 straight first downs.
Delay handoff to Vaughns across the 35, and shot out of cannon goes the freshman halfback, and he's out to around the 33-yard line. So really, anyone who carries the football will have success. It's a revolving door for the Mount Sac Mounties on this drive.
Yeah, the defensive tackles up front need to close the gaps down.
Jeremiah Mitchell leading the charge. He's 1-on-1 against the right tackle there on a second down and short. Swings it out to Durante Hill, and he's diving towards the first down. He's got it, a gain of 5.
Boy, Mount Sac came out smooth. First down after first down, and it hasn't taken much time, and almost in the red zone.
Number 1 versus number 2. It's the Mounties and the Tigers, and the Mount Sac has answered the bell here early, and you got to believe that 10-minute delay to start the game may have played somewhat of a factor. Omaris Tolbert on the give across the 30, and he's out to the 27-yard line, tripped up after a gain of 4.
Tolbert, my NFL comparison would have to be Eddie Lacy for some reason. And
interesting.
It's not because of the hair. It's more because of his
Chris Sylvester said the same thing.
Yeah, it's the way he runs the ball.
Right.
It's aggressive. He stays very down low.
Tolbert with the give again, picking up a block, and he's taken down by Thaddeus Legron, a gain of 2. Third down, they're 2 and 2 on those third downs on this drive. What in the world's happened to this Riverside defense?
Hey, it must be the nerves. This is the biggest game taking place in the state tonight. So, hey, I wouldn't blame them if they're feeling a little anxious tonight.
Well, Riverside has only allowed 1 offensive touchdown in the last 3 games here at Wheelock Stadium. They're in danger of losing that mark here very early on the very first possession of the game. Mount Sac is driven from their own 25. Play action fake. Allo hangs it deep. He's going end zone. Going to Tredante Hill, and he hauls it in. Is that a touchdown? Yes. Touchdown Mounties. They take the early lead. It's a 10-play, 75-yard drive, and just like that, a 6-0 lead.
Boy, when's the last time RCC was down early in the first quarter at home?
Never.
Perfectly placed ball right there, in for 6 points. And, hey, this offense now for RCC has got some more cut out for themselves.
Alberto Villarreal is on to attempt the extra point. Snap is down, and the kick is good. 7-0, the Tigers trail early. The drive only took 3 minutes and 42 seconds, and very concerning for a Riverside team who ranks in the top 10 in total defense. In fact, they are the number 1 scoring defense in Southern California, and they got punched in the mouth on that drive.
Yeah, I mean, typically they're the ones punching away. I mean, like you said,
they deliver the blows.
Yeah, they're usually the guys delivering the blows and gang tackling and causing turnovers, and we've seen big plays this year by this defense.
Yeah, it's awfully discouraging here for a team that only gives up 15 points per game for the entire season, and that includes the game against Grossmont where they allowed 38.
Boy, that Grossmont game, it's like totally black and white. What a turnaround that's been. I mean, we thought this was a team instantly out of the top 25 when they lost to Grossmont. We were talking about, hey, do they even belong in that list?
Right.
Because Grossmont's the type of team that they ran over the year before by 50+. And so for them to come to Grossmont and lose like that, man, we were just really doubting this RCC team.
And they came back and rattled off 3 consecutive victories against pretty stalwart programs, El Camino College, Fullerton College, both of which are ranked in the top 25. Fullerton was ranked number 6 coming in the entire state, and then obviously L.A. Harbor last week. But it's been a while since they faced the top 5 program. In fact, they never have this season, and it looks like they are just a step behind here in tonight's ball game. 7-0, 11:18 to go. Tigers trail against the visiting Mount Sac Mounties. It's a high-end over-end kick. Will be taken out at his own 25. And scurries towards the sideline as Duran Burton out at the 29-yard line. This drive, Nick King really has to get things going, huh, Dan?
He does, and I would start it off with Denzel Foster, feeding him, allowing him to establish the run, and then, hey, Nicholas King, let's test out your arm. How about you go deep play action?
Well, Nicholas King, 6 touchdowns and only 1 interception this season, and he's only played in 3 games, starting for the Tigers in for Kelly Helinski, who started the year as the number 1 man, but committed 7 turnovers in 2 weeks and found his way towards the bench. King onto the field. It's a 3-wide set. Trips to the near-hand side. Denzel Foster, who missed last week's game with a sore back, he's into the game and gets the call. Scurries outside, 30, 35, and on a hop reaches around the 37-yard line for a gain of 8, maybe 9.
Boy, doing what he does best, shifting left and right, finding a gap somehow, and getting a big gain of 8 right there.
Foster with only 2 rushing touchdowns this season. But one of the problems for Denzel Foster, the JW North product, is he has missed 5 of his last 18 games, and that may play a role into how he doesn't have a single scholarship offer.
It's so true. Christopher Anderson last week carrying the load right there. And, hey, it seems as if, like you're pointing out here, I mean, 22 carries for 144 yards last week. That's big time.
It really is. Even against the LA Harbor defense that has been pushed around. The West Valley product had his very first start, and we'll love to have him coming back next season. But in the meantime, it's the Tigers who, off of a penalty, move the chains. 1st down and 10 from their own 42. Isaac Whitney, who recently received a scholarship offer from University of Southern California, USC. That is scholarship offer number 10 for the stalwart sophomore, Isaac Whitney. Interesting story by him, and he's really become a success story here for the Tigers.
He has, and he's the number 1 target, hands down. There's no argument about that. The guy could catch everything going his way. How about his one-handed catches in the end zone? We've seen 2 of them this year already, and so he's the type of guy who's instantly making an impact by his playmaking ability.
Whitney pushed out to the right-hand side, a 4-wide set. Stallone in the slot. Pistol set, handoff goes to Foster, bouncing off 1 tackle and skips his way to around the 42-yard line. Sitiveni Tama-Avena, one of the 2 freshman linebackers. Tama-Avena ranks number 2 in Southern California with 14 tackles for loss. He has been a success story. We talked about Whitney. Well, only a freshman, Tama-Avena. It's amazing that he doesn't have any scholarship offers. He is just a freshman, though, but he's second in California there with the tackle department. He's been a great story for them. King looking left, and down he goes. He may have just got that ball away and does to Whitney. That'll end up being a 1-yard pickup. Boy, wow. King looked like he was sacked, but throws at the last second complete to Whitney.
Boy, showing his strength right there. I mean, the ability to take a hit and still getting the ball to your number 1 target, Isaac Whitney.
Right.
Not bad. A 3rd and long, though.
Whitney, an interesting story. After playing, obviously balling out in high school, he took a full-ride scholarship to Central Oklahoma University in 2012. Things didn't work out, bouncing back to Riverside, and this season has been a success story. King going his way on a comeback route, incomplete. Coverage made for the Mounties by number 2. That was Taekwon Glass, who leads the team in picks and made the game-breaking deflection there to bring up 4th down.
No room for Isaac Whitney right there. I mean, Glass was all over him on that one, and cleanly. No illegal contact there, just straight good defense.
Well, Mount SAC, who in last week's game the last big game that they played this year against Long Beach City College, it was a nail-biter, but they were able to pull ahead early with some solid offensive play before things really got out of hand on the defensive end. But they have shown here, Dan, that defensively, off of that loss, they look like they're ready to play against a stalwart Riverside ball club.
They are. I mean, that first possession there on defense was impressive, not allowing much, not allowing a 1st down at all. So, hey, it looks like they came out here to play.
Well, the question was, the number 1 team in the junior college ranks with 37 sacks. Would that statistic translate to this ball game today? Obviously, they didn't force the sack, but it's been early quarterback hurries that have been the difference.
Yeah, Nicholas King has been disrupted. He hasn't been able to bounce out of the pocket and use his ability to run.
That's what's been so good for the Tigers this year. King adding that extra dimension, but we'll have to wait a little while for that as Mount SAC operates from inside their own 20. Handoff goes. That's Hill to the outside, and he's tripped up at around the 12-yard line. A loss of 6 yards and an early 1st down defensive stop by that Riverside defense.
Perfect. That's exactly what you need on defense. 1st down, big loss. Now 2nd and long. Hey, it's going to translate to a good possession for for this defense here.
2nd and 15, the first down make at the 27-yard line of the Mounties. Justin Allo, who is the bounce back from the University of Hawaii, calling signals at the line. Omars Tolbert into the game as the halfback. Tigers bring 6. Allo looking left. Pass rush coming, and down he goes. Jeremiah Mitchell got him back at the 8-yard line. That'll be a 4-yard loss. Jeremiah Mitchell, that'll be his 3rd sack of the season. Loss of 4.
Possession to possession, what a difference that makes. I mean, hey, you get a big loss on first down. That translates to success on second. Bringing in the blitz, forcing the pass. That quarterback had to step up, and he runs into a big defender for RCC.
Yeah, that was Jeremiah Mitchell, who's now opened up his recruitment after committing verbally to the University of Marshall, who ranks in the top 25 for one of the first times in a while, but recently got a scholarship offer from Oregon, and we saw why. 3.5 sacks for him this season. Allo looking left, swings it underneath. It's caught by Christopher Gilchrist, and he's bullied out of bounds late, but no flag, out to the 16-yard line. That'll be a 3 and out by that Mountie offense.
The game of field positions being played right now. Not much happening there for the Mounties. They're going to have to punt the ball away. RCC is going to get the ball back in decent field position. So, hey, now we could see probably Nicholas King do something with that ball.
Right. Well, it has been an adventure for that special teams. 4 fumbles by the returners, both Tremel Davis, Isaac Whitney, and obviously the other man, Christopher Anderson, as the kick by Fulham is high and away, a little short, but way angled towards the sideline, and that'll be a punt, Dan, of 17 yards.
Not impressed by that at all. Not impressive at all, and here we go.
He just shanked it.
Great field possession. You're just 15 yards away from the red zone, where you're super successful at 80% in the year, just so everybody is reminded of that. So it's like a buy-in. If you're in the past the 20 on the other side of the field, it seems like RCC is going to get the ball in. Yeah, at least with 3 points.
Yeah, you mentioned Riverside. 80%, 24 of 30 times that they reach the red zone, they convert that into points. And 21 of those times, it ends up being a touchdown. One of the best red zone offenses in junior college. In fact, they rank in the top 10 in that category. First down and 10, trio to the near-hand side. King looking right, pass rush coming, floats the ball to the end zone, going to Whitney, incomplete. Boy. As they also had a very busy man last week against L.A. Harbor. Michael Stallone had his man by a step, but just a touch too far.
Boy, you got to like that play on first down. I mean, you've got the position, the perfect position to throw it in the end zone. It doesn't take much arm strength. All you got to do is float it up there, which he did, but just a little bit too much on that.
Just a touch too far. The quarterback situation has been a little bit of a problem. Nicholas King has been solid, but Dan, I'm sure you would like to have some of those passes back that he's thrown the first couple weeks. Learning curve here for the Westchester product. 2nd and 10, slings it underneath, caught by Denzel Foster. 30, and dives to the 25. The first down make is there, but he may be just a whisker short. 3rd and inches coming up.
Hey, that's just a little dump off he does that Nicholas King did there. But the great thing about that is he looked at everybody. He went through every single wide receiver and then just dumps it off to his best athlete out there.
Christopher Anderson in as the halfback now. The Mounties have 6 men in the box looking to show blitz. Shotgun snap, and there they come. King slings it underneath. It's caught by an extremely reliable receiver, Michael Stallone. He had 6 catches last week. His first today, moves the chains now inside the Mountie 25.
Nothing impressive about that route right there. It was just a quick drag. Nicholas King finding that was the purpose, just get past that first down yard marker.
A huge sigh of relief here, Dan, as one of the worst third down offenses in the league moved the chains here. 35%, only 28 of 80 are the Tigers on third down, but a crucial third down conversion. Kings pump fakes and fires underneath to Michael Stallone. That will not gain anywhere near what he had on the third down conversion. That'll be a loss of 2.
The Mountie strategy right there is very smart. They're only rushing in 3 guys right there, which means Nicholas King, try to beat us with the pass. Stay in the pocket. They're not going to allow him to run out of that pocket. They're going to try to test him.
I think, as we've seen so far today, the Tigers are not afraid to try and take that shot down the field. If you get 20, 30%, that is a success, as there are whistles down, stop play. Long Beach had not 1, not 2, but 3 50-plus touchdown connections through the air, and that really was the difference in their loss against Long Beach 2 weeks earlier.
It was, and hey, letting go that big play means so much. I mean, you could see what happened there. Not the outcome they wanted, but they can